Today's game is brought to you in HD by EA Sports and Madden NFL 11. Welcome to Jet Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Gus Johnson along with Chris Collinsworth. Great to have you here for an exhibition matchup between the Dolphins and the Jets. A little history between the quarterbacks in this one.
It's a strange bit of history, but it was Chad Pennington who was the Jets starting quarterback for 8 seasons before he was cut to make room for Brett Favre. Then, of course, Favre played the retirement game, and Mark Sanchez was drafted and stepped right into the Jets starting quarterback position. So I don't want to say Chad Pennington's bitter at all, but he does remember his days with the Jets, and he'll never forget that they released him for Brett Favre.
You're right, Chris. Two of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL ready to do battle. They have history, of course, with each other, and they usually bring the best out of each other. They'll go to work at the 20-yard line. Has a man short to his left. He's brought down at the 25.
Pretty good gain that time on the screen. Anytime you get an opportunity to throw the screen pass, it has a lot of benefits, one of which is to simply slow down that pass rush a little.
Dansby tackles him for a loss at the 25.
And when your defensive line can handle their guys up front and not allow the offensive linemen to get down on the linebackers, it really gives those linebackers a chance to look great.
The stop was made by Allen. LT found a hole and was able to pick up just around 6 yards. First down. First down, 10 to go. They keep it on the ground with the tailback. 7 yards, second down. They'll need about 3 yards here on second down. Edwards, the ball carrier. And the tackle was made by Vontae Davis. It's 1st and 10. Good coverage downfield. Santonio Holmes was his intended target. It's the tailback. He fights forward to about the 46. Carlos Dansby was there for the stop. So another third down coming up for the offense. He'll get it again.
The defense was just all over that. I have to think offensively they were concerned that maybe they were going to get blitzed in that situation, try and pop one in there. But when you call a run and it fails, it looks bad in that spot.
Rock and roll, baby.
He lost it. It's picked up.
You know, Tom, I just get the feeling he was trying to make too much happen out there. Sometimes you just get the ball, get what you can, and get on the ground. You cannot afford to cough it up there.
The Jets will set up shop at the 26-yard line. Has a man to his right. Little flip. Dustin Keller was the intended receiver. He's going to throw it. It's going to be first and goal for the Jets. They'll set this one up inside the 5. They start with the ball on the 5. Up the middle. He's tackled at the 2.
That was a run blitz on that play. They brought the middle linebacker effectively filling all the gaps, and there was simply nowhere for the running back to go.
He'll be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. And it's third and goal from the 4 with the lead within reach. They might have mistimed the snap on that one. And we'll replay third down.
Tough spot for the quarterback now after that penalty, because now the possibility of seeing that added pressure is really heightened.
Touchdown, Gang Green. The Jets score the game's first touchdown.
Jericho Cotchery has so much ability, and he's well utilized really in this offense. He's a hard receiver to cover, and there's really a certain toughness about him. He's going to fight you for position and for the ball.
New York up 7 points. Let's take a look at the drive summary presented by Verizon. Folk gets ready to kick it away. Collects it at the 7. He gets this one to the 26-yard line. The Dolphins will begin this drive at the 26-yard line. Pass is short right side. He's dropped down at the 46-yard line.
When you're trying to blitz the quarterback, you better have some talented corners on the outside, because as a wideout, just give me 3 or 4 seconds against the blitz, and it is awfully tough to try and cover that.
Runs for about 8 yards, and that'll bring up second down. And 2 yards away here on second down. Brown gets the carry, right side.
And when the defense gets that kind of penetration, it just disrupts everything for an offense. They have to get that guy blocked.
So it's third down. The offense will need about 4 yards to pick up the first. Still looking for an open man. He loses the football. Harris picks it up.
How can a guy that big cough up the football? That's ridiculous.
They'll run the option. Jared Odrick was there to bring him down. They line up at the 36. Looks left. Here's a short pass.
Just a simple throw and catch for a gain of 6. That's just the kind of passing play that this offense is built around.
Four yards for a first here on third down. Ball on their own 42. Handoff up the middle. And just like that, they've got to punt.
I don't know. I thought they looked pretty mixed up on that series. I didn't see anything go right.
It's fourth down. The Jets ready to punt this one away. Returns the punt from the 16. He really didn't have any room to work on that punt return.
No question about it. He needs a little more help out of his blockers than he got right there. This is a dangerous guy, and if he can get in some open space, he can create some problems for you, but just no space to be found there.
And it's now 2nd and 6. Ball on their own 24. Brown on the inside handoff. We've played a quarter. The score 7-zip. Dumps it out right. He's pushed out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
The Dolphins are doing a pretty good job in the passing game. The receivers are finding some space in the secondary, and the ball is getting there on time.
Gets it away. Camarillo was the intended receiver on the play. Dumps it out left. David Harris with the coverage on the play. They're facing a 3rd and 10. Ball on their own 39. He throws downfield. Brandon Marshall was his intended target. Fourth down. The Dolphins ready to punt this one away. He takes the ball at the 20. I'm sure they would have liked to have gotten a little better return out of him there.
Yeah, he really didn't have much of a chance at all to make anything happen there. I mean, I know this guy's a dangerous punt return guy, but you can't do it on your own.
Great pocket, and he's looking to throw. Second down coming up after the incomplete pass. Short throw to the left. He's brought down at the 28-yard line. The offense needs about 3 yards to get the first here on 3rd down. They go with the pitch to the right.
Well, I'll be honest here. I really thought they would pass in that situation. You call a run, hoping you catch the defense somehow off guard, but that time they were not off guard.
That's why we just gotta do our thing, baby.
He's brought down at the 32-yard line. He got everything he could, but there really wasn't much room.
Boy, he hardly had any room to do anything there. They've got to come up with a better scheme or some better blockers or something. This guy's a good punt returner. He's just not getting any help at all from his teammates.
Brings up 2nd down and 6 yards to go. Ball on the 36. Passes it downfield. Brandon Marshall was the intended receiver.
Under pressure, he felt the heat that time and was forced to throw it away quickly.
Flips out short. He's tackled at the 50.
Everybody knows about this guy's arm strength, and if you wanted to see an example of it, right there it was.
He lets it go. He's dropped down at the 39-yard line.
And tailbacks love that. Anytime they can get into the open field, think about that position. You're constantly pounding the ball inside and getting hit by those big linebackers. Now you get out in open space and you have a chance to make a play.
Cuts back and he's dropped.
Ronnie Brown does as good a job as anybody out there. If it's a small hole, he finds a way to get through it. If it's a big hole, you see an explosion.
They line up at the 25. He throws short. Everything seemed to work perfectly on that one.
And that's a pattern that this team likes to run. You know they've been studying that all week on film, and yet they still can't stop it.
They give it off here.
The counter is one of those calls that we're seeing less and less of in the National Football League for the reason you just saw. That penetration by a good defensive line or speed at the linebacker position can really shut that play down.
Third and goal situation here. The ball sits on the 7-yard line. Has a man to his right. Little flip.
They were trying to work that ball down the field. There really wasn't anything there. They dump it off and not much underneath either.
This isn't much more than an extra point. This will be a 21-yard attempt. And it looked like someone on the offensive line jumped. The kick is good. Carpenter will send this one deep. It's fielded at the 2. He makes it to the 22. Let's see if the offense can put something together on this drive. They go with the pitch to the right. And he's tackled at the 27-yard line. It's 2nd and 5 here. Edwards takes it right side. Gains his way to the 36-yard line. Short pass to his left. He's brought down at the 44-yard line. And it's 2nd and 2. Tosses left. He's wrestled down at the 47-yard line.
That's a pretty play, isn't it? Anytime you get that pitch to the outside, the running back catches it in stride, he finds a nice hole, pick up the first down. Always like watching that play.
Rolling out to his right. Touchdown! J-E-T-S! Jets, Jets, Jets! Jericho Cotchery catches touchdown pass number 2 of the game. The PAT is up and good. Folk is just about ready to kick this one away. He'll return it from the 6. He gets out to about the 25-yard line. Looks left. Here's a short pass. They can't complete the pass, and now the offense will be looking at 2nd down. Dumps it out right. And he's tackled at the 30. Pickup of 5 on the play.
Yeah, very safe, simple play, hitting the underneath receiver for a solid gain.
He's going deep with it. Hauls it in. And that play could have easily gone for 6.
And when you start to hit a couple of big pass plays, it really puts the defense in a tough spot. They no longer feel quite as brave coming up and defending those short passes.
So it's now 1st and 10 after the big pass play. Give to the tailback. Gains his way to the 16-yard line. Second down and very short yardage here. They'll give it off here. The Dolphins will take a timeout. That is their second of the half. Third down now. They'll need a couple of yards to convert for a first down. He rolls out to the right. He's got it. Tackle short of the end zone, but the Dolphins are set up on a first and goal. Looking end zone. And it's knocked loose as he tried to corral it.
And the timing of that hit was so perfect. Just as the ball got there, he delivered the blow and knocked it out of there.
And they need just 8 for the score. Going up top for the end zone. Brandon Marshall was the intended receiver on the play. Third and goal situation. Ball is just 8 yards out. Passes to the end zone. Intercepted.
They needed a drive down the field and some points on the board there. Instead, they send their defense right back out in a bad situation. They are asking a lot of them now.
They're looking at second down and 6. Ball on their own 24. Allen gets his hands on him and drags him down for a loss at the 23. And we've come to halftime here. The score is 14-3. Miami will get it first here in the second half. Camp's under it. He will start from his own 5. He makes it back to the 25. Henny hands off to the left. He's dropped down at the 26-yard line. Dumps it short.
Good release that time by the receiver at the line of scrimmage, but the pass simply was just not there.
Moves to his right. He's wrestled down at the 33-yard line. It's 4th down. The Dolphins are lining up to punt this one away. He takes the ball at the 20. He really didn't have any room to work on that punt return.
Yeah, that certainly wasn't one of his best efforts there. Maybe if he would have gotten a little more help from his blockers, he could have broken one out of there. You know, sometimes it just takes one good block to create a seam to get one up the field.
So they'll face a 2nd and 10. Gets the pass off. He's brought down at the 46-yard line.
The Dolphins were caught napping on that play. They played a zone, which is fine, but after that catch was made, they just didn't respond fast enough. Mark Sanchez knew he had an opportunity for a big play and delivered a really nice ball.
He's going to pass. And he's gone. Next stop, Pater. Mark Sanchez throws his 3rd TD pass of the contest. Extra point is good. Folk looks ready to kick it away. Collects it at the 7. He makes it back to about the 31-yard line. Looks to throw it. He's tackled at the 50.
Brandon Marshall, no question, one of the real talents to play receiver in the NFL. Once had 18 catches in a game. But this is a guy that as long as he keeps his act together off the field, on the field, no question about what he can do.
Brandon Marshall was his intended target.
Hey, we're going to do what we do.
It's now 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Ball at midfield. Gets rid of it as he's hit. He's dropped down at the 19.
You know, really the best quarterbacks are almost magicians out there on the field. A little sleight of hand, little make you look here and think you see something you don't really see, and then they burn you on the back end.
Oh, yeah, baby, all day, all day.
The big gain through the air sets up the offense with another 1st and 10. He's dropped, and that's a huge sack. He gets off the throw. Finally brought down, and it'll be 1st and goal. They line up on their own 7. Short throw to the right. Knocked out of bounds at the 1. Here's a look at today's red zone numbers made possible by Old Spice Body Wash. Smell like a man. Man. Brown gets a handoff to the right.
Ronnie Brown is one of my favorite players in the league. He brings a spark to this offense, and you can see it on plays like that. He just has it.
Dan Carpenter adds the extra point. Carpenter is ready to kick this one off. Gets to about the 24 before going down. He's searching for a receiver. He catches it, but he's out of bounds, incomplete.
Anytime you give up that quick pressure like that, very seldom are those passes completed.
Rolls to his right. Knocked loose before he could bring it in. Jericho Cotchery takes a shot. Good defense.
Boy, that was a big hit. I'm not surprised at all he couldn't hold on to that one.
That brings up 3rd and 10. Ball on their own 24. He rolls out to his right. Jericho Cotchery was the intended receiver. Fourth down. The Jets are lining up to punt it away. They catch him at the 35.
The Dolphins can really get on a roll if they can knock in a touchdown here for the 2nd straight series.
Henny with the give. It's a gain of 4. That brings up 2nd down. It's 2nd down and 6. Ball on their own 39. Henny, hands off.
Well, that was the perfect time for them to call a blitz. They got in there, filled up all the gaps, brought down the running back for a short gain.
3rd down and 4 yards. Henny hands it off straight ahead. And he's tackled at the 46-yard line. Ricky Williams found a hole and was able to pick up just around 6 yards. 1st down. First down and 10. Ball on their own 46. Brown gets it on the inside. 2 yards.
The defense filled up all the gaps. The back was looking for somewhere to run, but by bringing the run blitz, they took away all the holes and stopped them for a minimal gain.
Pass is short right side. 4 yards on that play.
Good job by the offense that time. Really nothing there down the field. He just takes a little completion and keeps moving the ball.
That brings up another 3rd down attempt. Here's a handoff left side.
Yeah, and for a minute it looked like he might slip out of there, but the defense got there. The pursuit was all over it, and they made a nice stop.
Fourth down. The Dolphins ready to punt this one away. And it's in the end zone for a touchback. Their last drive ended with a 3-and-out. Throws the screen. They can't complete the pass, and now the offense will be looking at 2nd down. Green gets the call. Miami has the football.
Well, there's really never a good time for a fumble, but you can tell that he just got sloppy with that football. He broke down on his fundamentals, and he gave it up. You know, listen, I would never want to block a defensive lineman, so, I've seen these guys. I know these guys. They're big and they're nasty. But at least from an offensive standpoint, you have to try to get in their way.
And they'll run him again. That's a gain of 2. And so it will be 3rd down. Here's a look at today's red zone numbers, made possible by Old Spice Body Wash, the greatest smell in the NFL. And he makes it out to about the 14-yard line. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. The score is 21-10. The Dolphins can make it a one-possession game if they score here. They've got the ball in the red zone as we get set for the final period. Carpenter will be kicking off. And takes off from his own goal line. He gets out to about the 22-yard line. Here's the long bomb. Bell bats the ball down. And they can't complete the first down pass attempt. Second down coming up. The pass is away. They can't hook up on that pass. Now the offense will be facing third down. Breaks through up the gut. Chalk up a big gain and a first for the ball carrier on that one.
Big play that time by a talented player. You can tell in those tough, clutch situations, he wants the ball in his hands.
From their own 33-yard line. Green on the right side. He's tackled at the 43-yard line.
Nothing makes a defensive coordinator cringe more than seeing that kind of run, because then it sets up the play action, and there's almost no way to stop an offense if you can't stop the run and you have to deal with play action.
Lets it go deep.
And when you're trying to go after one of those deep throws, you really want to give your receiver a chance. We've seen guys in the league so adept at making plays on the ball, but you can't make it when it's that far overthrown.
There's the deep throw. He's brought down at the 13.
The Jets are putting together a good-looking drive here. That's their third first down.
Excellent gain through the air will set them up with another first down and 10. Fires it in the end zone. Here's a look at today's red zone numbers, made possible by Old Spice Body Wash. Wham, bam. Thank you for smelling great, man. Hands it off. He's dropped down at the 9. Green runs for a 4-yard pickup. They're now threatening inside the 10. Surveys the field. Allen, picked! That interception puts him right back in the game.
Oh, boy, you've got the lead. It's the fourth quarter. You just have to milk the clock, and your quarterback does that. Ugh.
It's a direct snap. And he's tackled at the 17. Passing in this situation seems like it would have been a good idea.
Passing in every situation seems to me like it would be a better idea, but when you have the clock working against you like this, it's time to put it up.
He rolls out to the right. He knocks it away at the last second. Brandon Marshall was the intended receiver on the play. We've got a 3rd and 6. Henny will hand it off. He gets knocked out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
Ricky Williams can see the field so well, and as a runner, you need to have that kind of vision to be successful.
Moves to his right.
Tremendous effort and good teamwork by the Jets.
Obvious passing situation here on 2nd and long. He is wanting to go deep with it. It is an incomplete pass. And now the offense will be faced with a 3rd down situation. They'll be looking for a miracle here on 3rd down that will keep this attempt at a comeback alive. He's tackled at the 50. Henny has moved his offense well on this series. It started back around their own 15. First down now. The ball is spotted right around midfield as this offense continues to move the ball on the field on this drive. Henny hands it off. I expected a pass there, Chris.
Well, I understand you don't want to get completely one-dimensional, but at some point you have to crank it up and try and make some plays, and I think that time has passed.
It's knocked down. Excellent play by the defender. The defender gets a hand on it, and that will bring up 4th down.
I don't know if that's the guy I want to pick on 3rd down when you have to have a conversion. He is tough.
It's 4th down. The Dolphins ready to punt this one away. The punt rolls into the end zone. Touchback. With only a one-possession lead, this one is definitely not yet in the books.
At this point in the game, you just go execute your game plan. Don't get too conservative. Forget that the scoreboard says you're winning. Just go play offense.
Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Ball on the 31-yard line. They go with the toss. And he's tackled at the 34-yard line. A pickup of about 3. Second down. Checks down to the short pass. Braylon Edwards was his intended target. Rolling out to his right. He's got it.
Receivers who can make plays like that on third down tend to have nice, long careers.
He takes a hard hit as he throws.
Well, when you have a talented running back like this, you always have to account for him. That time, a nice play-action pass opened it up down the field.
Steps up in the pocket and throws it as he's hit. Santonio Holmes was the intended receiver.
You bring a little pressure, and it impacts quarterbacks, and we saw it there.
It's now second down, 10 yards to go. The ball is on the 39-yard line. And he makes it out to about the 37-yard line. Third down once again. Let's see if they can convert this one. Now is a good time to take a look at the Gatorade top performers. Facing third down now and 7. We have 2 minutes left to play in this game. Here's the give. Drop behind the line.
Yeah, on the delay, you're trying to get those pass rushers to take an outside route. You set inside as an offensive lineman and try and create a gap. That time they just came straight through this offensive line.
He loads up for the deep throw. Brandon Marshall was the intended receiver on the play. So they'll face a 2nd and 10. It's a pass. Brandon Marshall was his intended target. It's 3rd and long, and at this stage of the game, there isn't much doubt that they'll be looking to air it out to convert. He's dropped down at the 26-yard line.
Ricky Williams really has a special sense of how a play is developing, and he knows the blocking assignments of those guys up front. You can just see it. He is very patient. He waits for it to develop and then takes full advantage.
Misses the receiver, and it's incomplete. Anthony Fasano was the intended receiver. They'll line up again on 3rd down. Avoids a sack by getting it off as he's hit.
It's one of the dangers. You bring those extra defenders trying to get after the quarterback, and you're going to leave some man coverage on the outside. That time the quarterback able to take advantage.
Chad Henne is really carving up this defense with yet another completion. He's now up over the 300-yard passing mark. He's searching for a receiver. Caught and dropped immediately. So 2nd down, the offense needs about 4 for the first.
False start.
A lot of movement down there on the offensive line.
Even the slightest twitch by an offensive lineman will draw a flag. You know, defensive guys really have a bit of an advantage. As long as they don't cross the line of scrimmage, they can jump and flinch and try and get that offensive line to react. Pass rush almost got there that time, and he has to feel a little lucky that that ball just fell harmlessly to the turf.
Passing situation for the offense here on 3rd down and long. Goes through his progression. And that was the last thing the offense needed. Here's the call on the field. So they'll go from the 11. Going for the end zone. It's picked off, and that ought to do it. And that will make his 2nd of the game.
And I know what he's thinking out there. He's trying to push the ball down the field, but you can't do that. You just have to read the coverage. If it's not there, check it down, be patient.
And they go from their own 18-yard line. Goes to one knee again. That'll do it from the Meadowlands. Highlights are coming up. Here's today's Swagger Player of the Game, presented by Old Spice Deodorant, the greatest smell in the NFL. Here's the play that rocked the stadium, the Doritos Crunch Time Play of the Game.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports and Madden NFL 11.